transfer some of the ideas around how we build a strong scrum and how we get in a good, strong position. But we're going to do, just to warm up and just to get going, what's some of the things that we think is really important to scrummaging and building a strong scrum?
Having a square body position.
Square body position.
Good body height. Being able to fully use your legs.
Yeah, so we're using our legs.
Good body height.
Height. Low knees. Anything else?
And communication on the push.
Communication around the push, flat back. Okay, so there's loads of different things we're chucking out there. What about core and what about being able to hold a strong position? Have any of you sort of worked on that or talked about that? Yeah, so engaging our abs and looking at keeping a nice strong position. So that's what we're going to do to start with. So just to start with, just get into pairs. Okay, nice and quickly. One of you just going to go on the line facing that way. The other one in the line, other side of the line, just in front of him. Okay, so this guy on your feet. So this guy's going to go on his knees. On your knees. Okay, all we're going to do, we're going to put your hands up. Okay, we're just going to work on a core. So I want you to do, the guy who stood up, you're just going to put your hands by your sides. Okay, you can tuck your elbows in nice and tight. You're going to just feet about shoulder, just a bit narrower than shoulder width apart. Okay, you're just going to lean forward onto this guy's hands. So if you put your hands up onto his, no, so we're not in a scrum position. Just make yourself like a pencil. Okay, so just lean forward into him. Okay, so from there now, all we're going to do. You're going to take one hand off. So you take this hand off. Okay, and all we want no rotation. Okay, why do we think we don't want any rotation in the scrum? Because that turns into twist and turn and we might end up on the floor. Okay, so it's how, just get your bum tucked in for this. Okay, so nice and straight all the way up. Okay, so just got a couple of reps of that. So hands out on his outside of his shoulder, not in his chest. Okay, and I wanted to try and test him. So just a couple, just to start with, on his shoulders, not on his chest. Okay, so out on the extremities, so make it hard for him. On the outside, so out on his shoulders, so make it hard for him. Okay, if you've got it fairly easy, just try and just get yourself to lean a little bit further forward. Okay, swap it over once you've done sort of 10, 20 seconds of it. So just think about what we're doing, how are you engaging your core at this point? What are we doing? Talk to me.
You're like using your core to like sort of.
How are you turning that on? Tension, yeah, so again, so thinking about drawing your abs in, getting that tension through your middle there, through your core, into your glutes. Okay, whilst we're doing it now, we're just making it a little bit harder, so just let him lean a little bit further forward. All I want you to do now is this guy, don't let him know which hand you're going to take off, so I want you to try and catch him out. Okay, so you're going to take your hand off and he's going to try and get him to rock over and lose his position. So again, can we catch him and make him roll his shoulders from that square shape? Just straighten your legs. That's it. Bring your chest up so everything's nice and flat. That's it. Good lad. Okay, last couple. On your feet now. Okay, all we're going to do now, we're just going to go through, we're just going to have a look at a different way of trying to destabilise it. So all I want you to do, you're just going to get yourself in a nice strong position, okay, as if you're doing a squat, all you're going to do is just jump on his back. Jump on his back. Okay, so yeah, you can just hook onto him. I want you to keep your chest up though, so I want you to think about keeping your chest a little bit higher. Again now, think about locking your core and keeping yourself nice and strong with that feet about shoulder width apart. All you're going to do, you're going to pass yourself around him. Okay, so working as a pair now, you've got to try and stay as square as you can and get all the way around the front, all the way around his back, and onto his back. Okay, let's have a go. Nice and quick. Okay, so again first, we're thinking about, we want no rotation, we're thinking about where we're getting all our power from. Just rest where you are, just rest. We'll start again in a minute, okay? Finding it hard? Fairly hard, okay. So how do we think we're going to make it easy for ourselves? Where are we getting all our strength from? And where's the legs getting all our strength from? Where are we gaining all the power from? Width? Okay. The ground. Why the ground? Because that's the base to everything that we're doing, okay? Fellas, if we're balancing around on one leg, okay, we're only half as powerful. It's harder to keep our stability. All the time we're thinking about how we keep 2 feet pushing the floor as hard as we can. So I want you to think now, shoulder width apart with our feet, okay? thinking about how strong we can make ourselves in this position here to help passing round ourselves. Okay, go again. So let's do it. Go same drill. Again, think about keeping the power on by keeping your feet pushed hard in the floor. Okay, so we need to fight now. Don't let it go. And rest. Fellas, we're going to go one more time. How many of you got, you got all the way around and then you nearly got around the side and then the guy at the front went like this, oh, and just gave up? Okay, if I do that, if I'm a tight prop and I just do that, what's going to happen to our scrum? How long does the scrum last at the moment in the Premiership and levels like that? From 6 seconds to 15 seconds. Some of the long scrums are in there for a long time. If you're not prepared to fight and stick in there for that long, okay, the scrum's going to end up on the floor. Okay, which one isn't safe and two, we're risking giving penalties away. Okay, so fight now. I want to see a bit of fight to stay up and stay in that good position. Got some balls. Cheers, bud. Okay, and rest. Good stuff. Come in. Rest. Fellas, who's done any of the Scrum Factory stuff? Tower of Power? Who's heard of that? Who wants to talk? Somebody talking to what it is then? What is it? Straight back. So we're looking again. So fellas, we're all saying sort of some of the bits that are of it. Okay, but it's about getting in the strongest position, being in the most powerful position. Okay, to deliver power, to resist power, but also keep it nice and keep the strong safe and strong. Okay, so all we're going to do, we're just going to look at it. So we'll use you, man. Just come out. Okay, so for this, so our sort of tower of power, our strength. We already said it all comes from the floor. Okay, so we're looking about shoulder width apart with our feet. Okay, toes pointing slightly outwards. Okay, knees slightly bent, hip tilt. Okay, so just whilst you're standing there, just get hold your hips. Okay, so finger and thumb just on your pelvis. Okay, think of the pelvis like a bucket of water. So all I want you to do is tip the bucket level. Okay, so you're pushing your hips forward, so then all the water's level in the bucket. Okay, now I want you to tip the water out of the front of the bucket, so you're pushing your backside backwards out the door, and the water should then tip out the front of the bucket. Do you understand that? Yeah. So again, that's then now. With that in that position there, we're getting that hollow in our back. Okay, and again putting us in strong position. Chest nice and big. Okay, and then his head in a neutral position there. Okay, why is it important where he has his head in a neutral position? Yeah, so one, balanced, yeah, definitely. What else? Safety. Well, because why is it safer that he's in neutral there than looking up or looking down? Plus, the other thing is, fellas, it's the strongest position as well. Okay, it spends all its time in that position there. It's the strongest position it can be in. Okay, and as you say, it's safety because if he's looking back there, and then we just come down as if you're in a crouch position. If he's in that position there and he's a front row and he has to go and engage, what's he going to have to do with his chin? He's going to have to tuck it in to go in. So again, he's throwing that there, and straight away we see his hips popping up in the air. So he's going to head towards the deck. So again, keeping that nice and strong shape there. So all we're going to do, put that across your back. Hold on to that. So that is pretty much tower of power. Okay, all I want you to do, so all of you can just jump into that shape now for me. Okay, find a little bit of space. From there, all you're going to do, just drop down into press-up position. So drop down into press-up position, but maintain that sort of shape. So again, we're looking at that slight knee bend. So again, just drop down onto your hands. Whoa, so just come up to your chest here. So we're in that sort of scrum position. So just drop down. So all you're going to do is from there. Okay, so you're going to drop down forwards into scrum position there. Okay, look at how we can hold that position there. So yep, so up a little bit. Where's your head? Good. Okay, so again, when we're in that push position, when we're in the horizontal, so in the vertical, we had everything nice and flat. Okay, where do you think we want our chest in relation to the floor when we're in that best push on the floor? Parallel to the floor. Okay, so we're wanting our chest parallel to the floor. Stand up and do it again. Fellas, it's about our body awareness of where we are in space. So how fast can I now drop into that position there and lock it in that strong position that we just had in the vertical. Are we ready? Go! What do you think? Shuffle your feet forward. That's it, keep your chest higher. Chin in. Good. Okay, just come in. So again, we'll use you again, just dive on the floor. So, come up into that push-up position, sorry, yeah, like we were. So from this now, chin in. What do we think is that position there? What cues and what things can we see that's happening here? What do we think? Nice flat back. So again, we talked about upstairs, so we talked about just if you just drop your, so don't keep your knees up, but rotate your hips up. That's it. So then we're looking at 3 points of contact. So we want this pole to touch the back of your head, in between your shoulder blades and the top of your backside. Okay, and be parallel to the floor. That gives us a good gauge that you're in a good shape there. Okay, we also talked, you getting a shake on there? Okay, we also talked about this thing as far as getting there's a biarticular line. Okay, so we're looking at this thing breaking 3 points of your body. So again, looking at the knee going through your foot, from your knee and up to your shoulder. Okay, so we can actually just bring everything a little bit higher if we can. Okay, so then we're looking at that line there. We'll do it more on the sleds when we ever go on the sled. So again, when we talk about scrummaging, somebody talks about getting low with their knees. Okay, it's not all about getting low. Okay, because if he goes low with his knees, push your knees down and keep your chest high. What's happened now? Just let your chest high up even higher. Put your knees on the floor, chest up. Where's his power going now? So he's going up, isn't he? Okay, so he's taking off. So all we want is everything going straight through. Okay, so again, imagine a dartboard, bullseye. Everything's going straight into the opposition. Okay, so we're looking at that. So all we're going to do now, we're just going to put that in with a little bit of pressure. So with your partner, get a couple of balls. Hands on the balls. So one guy down in that press-up position. Okay, if you want, you can use the tube just to check that line as well. So if we just, we'll use you to start with, young man. So two balls. One ball under each hand. Whoa. 2 balls. 1 ball under each hand. You can use your pole just to check him. So go down onto the press-up position on top of the balls. So again, first, we're only using the ball. What's the ball give us to start with? What's the ball's giving us? Bit more height, so again we're actually scrummaging a bit higher, so we're at that place. What else has it done to him? Destabilised him, so it's made it higher, he has to work a little bit harder. Okay, so again we're checking back of the head, scaps, top of his backside, okay, and then we're checking foot, foot, you alright, there's ball slippy. Foot, knee, through to his shoulder there, for that line there to be in the strongest position as well. Okay, whilst he's down there, once he's got it, we can then, keep your head still, we can then start and just test him a little bit. So again, can you hold that for 12, 13 seconds? And then we'll swap over. Let's go, in your pairs. So again, all the time going through your checklist. So have we got feet shoulder width apart? Okay, have we got our knees just behind the point of our hips? Have we got the hip tilt? So there's a small U there, nice and flat. Scaps are on. Yeah, so again, so we want that parallel, so to get it parallel, what's he need to do? He can either fetch his hips up a little bit further, so shuffle your feet forward. That's it. Or you can squeeze. Good. So again, if we're looking at it, once that point to touch through there, and to there. Okay, probably needs to fetch his hips up a little bit more again as well. Yeah. Grab the pole if you want us to help. Just shuffle your feet forward a little bit, because again, what's he looking like there? Where are his knees in relation to his hips?
Further back.
So a bit too far back, so again we want to shuffle them forward. So again, point of your knee just behind the point of your hip. Good hip tilt there, good mate. Tuck that chin in, spot on. Now give him a bit of pressure. What's he looking like there? Just spin around for me, and so these guys can see. So again, slightly long, yeah, we can see that. So again, we're talking here, point of your knee should be just behind the point of your hip there. So just shuffle them forward a little bit again. Shuffle, that's it. So just behind, get that hip tilt. Good man. Not a big U. So again, roll up. So roll it. All the way. Keep going. Okay, so we don't want a big U in there. Okay, nor do we want his hips roll forward. So rolling forward. Okay, and in that curve. So again, come back up. Okay, so it's flat with a small U in there. Good man. Nice and strong. Good. Okay, once we've done a couple of bit of pressure through him, try and knock him off balance. A little bit of pressure through his head as well. Make him work. Where's his chest going there? Yeah, so what do you need to do? To make it parallel to the floor, there's two things you could do. What could he do? So he could bend his arms and go down, or what else could he do? Hips up. So again, you just help him. So again, we can shuffle those forward a little bit. Okay, bring your hips a little bit higher, that's it. Okay, or you can just bend your arms slightly as well. Just bend your arms slightly, that's it. So we're locking in that position there, good man. Don't go too much with your hip tilt. That's it, so it's flat there, good lad. Good mate, very good. Okay, last one fellas, just rest. Who have we not used? We've not used you two big fellas. So, last thing, just as our warm up and our bit of our core stuff and body awareness, you go down into that scrum position again. Okay, get your hand on the balls. Okay, same thing as what we did before with the bear hug. All you're going to do is just jump on his back. Okay, so he's going to have to lock in. Can we lock it? Yeah, so just put a bit of pressure on him. And then all you want to do is just rock around on his hips and try and knock him off balance a little bit. Okay, so if you want, you can start and grip him a little bit as well and make him work hard to hold that position there. Good, and rest. Okay, you don't have to go for too long, fellas. Tough?
Yes, alright.
Okay, so guys, we're starting to shake. What happens when we start to get tired? What do you think will start to happen to our body shape? So probably our chest will start to drop and our hips will start to go and our legs will start to straighten. Okay, fight to resist that. Fight to stay in that strong position, that strong power position. Awareness of where you are in your body in space, and make sure you lock that shape on. Let's have a go. We'll just have one go at that each. Yeah, nice and quickly into it. Fellas, if you're struggling on the balls, just go hands on the floor, but try on the balls to start with, because it just gives that little bit of instability. Try to like spread your weight so don't just sit on his hips, so spread your weight across all of his back. Okay. Again, if you're struggling with his hands on the ball, just go hands on the floor then. Just go hands on the floor. Just go hands on the floor if we're struggling with that. Again, rocking round the side, try and pull him off position. Watch stopped. Again, keep thinking about that checklist. Feet shoulder width, knee bend, hip tilt, scaps on, chest parallel to the floor, head in that neutral position. Good, mate. Whoa! Just got hands on the floor. Yep, jump on. That's it. Now try and roll him off round the sides. Okay, try to affect his hips, make his hips twist and fall out of position. Okay, so don't let your hips come up in the air, keep them down there. Good. Good stuff, and rest. First, we'll just play one quick game. I'll just show you something else. So if have we got any cones? First, just come over here. So if we just give me 3 guys to defend, rest of you just go on the line. Okay, you all need a cone. So take a cone. Just going to go on your hands and knees. Put that in the middle of your back. Loose. Just stick one. So just go down in that position we've been in. Hands and feet on the floor. Okay. All we're going to do, we're going to think now. You've got to maintain that position. So come up onto your hands. Just give us one more. Okay. So we're just going to play bulldogs. So these 3 guys are on. Okay. All they're going to try and do, you're going to hold position, you guys are going to come forward, you guys are just going to get past them and get to that line. Okay, to get to that line, all they're going to try and do, they're not allowed to hit your cone, but they're allowed to bump you and try and twist you and make you lose the cone off your back. If they twist and lose their cone, they can't come and get you until they've got the cone back on their back. If you get it off, you're out, obviously. Understand? We can spread out a little bit. Are we ready? So on our feet. Yep, let's go. Well done, mate. And rest. And rest. Go back. So you know we'll have one more go at it. What do we think? What's encouraging us to do? What have we got to think about as we're moving here? All of us. Keeping square, keeping that nice and flat. Okay, and then once there's any pressure comes on, it's about can we maintain and stay in that big strong position as well. Okay, let's go again. What about our movements? Are we looking to move quick or nice and slowly? Slowly, okay, well you need to be in control. Yep, let's go. You need to be in control of these movements. He's still there. What have you done? Oh! Hard rest. Okay, fellas, we get the idea. We can think of just different games that we can play and we can try and affect and make them, put them under some pressure and stuff. Okay, so all we'll move on and we'll start looking at how then we take that position of power, that position of strength, and we start and actually look at how we deliver some power. So again, just into threes now. Grab one of the bags in a three and just bring it out onto the dead ball line. Just onto the dead ball. So, again, we're going to use the bags. It's going to give us some instability. Okay, plus one of the three is going to put some pressure through as well. The other one, all you're going to do, you're going to come and sit on this end of it here and give it a little bit of resistance. Okay, all we're going to do, we're just going to work now from that position of power. We're going to look at how we're going to get pushed forward. Okay, and how we transfer, and we're going to look to go forward. Okay, so just you can go with your hands on the front of the bag for me, young man. You can come and just put your sit on this end of it. So again, if we think about that tower of power, that position we're in, okay, your movement now to try and go forward, what do you think you're going to try and do? Go low, push. Anything else? So he's going to try and extend his legs, yeah? Chase his feet up, okay? Let's just have a go and see what we think. And rest. What do we think? Pretty good, isn't it? Yeah? Again, chest staying fairly parallel. Okay? All I'd say is that once you start to move forward, let's see if we can get back to that position of power as fast as we can. Okay? Everybody just have a go. Just have a couple of one rep each, nice and quick. And then we'll come back and we'll talk about some of the things we can look at. Good. Very good. Again, fellas that stood on the side, just give me some feedback. So where's his power going on this bag? So where's his power going? Going down, okay. So what does he need to do? How's he going to flatten up? Chest up? So how's he going to get his chest up? What part can go down to help him bring his chest up? So his hips can go down. How's he going to get his hips down? His knees have got to go towards the floor. Okay, so think about how everything's connected, fellas. Think about how that all works. Keep going, yep. So again, fellas, when you're doing it, I want you now to give him some, make it harder for him. So if he's doing it quite easily, okay, come and stand next to him and put some pressure on. Okay, make him have to fight to stay in that position. Good, we're going forward square. Good, hand rest. And rest. Just come in. So as we're moving, fellas, what's tending to happen as we're trying to drive and we're trying to go forward? Once we extend, what tends to happen is we chase our feet. Our hips pop up. Okay, so what I want you to think about now is how we're going to maintain that hip height as we now drive forward. Okay, so it's not a big surge. So again, we're not going big surge, go forward, and then everything come up, and then a big movement. So I want us to think how we can control this movement and keep everything flat and solid as we move forward through the scrum. Okay, so minimal movement, maximum pressure on the opposition, loads and loads of control. Okay, what I want us to think about as well, as we go forward, okay, I want us to think about just squashing, what we talk about inside about squashing the ant. Okay, so what we want to do, to get low and stay low, think about pushing your chest on the 45, as if you're going to squash an ant that's in the middle of the bag there. Okay, so your knees, your hips, and your chest and everything goes down slightly. But it's not a big drop, it's just a slight movement and an increase of pressure as you do that movement. Do you understand? Yeah, let's have a go at that. So squashing the ant again, fellas, we're just thinking that there's an ant in the middle of that bag there. From this position here, I'm just going to push my chest and everything on the 45. But it's not a big drop, okay, it's just a subtle drop and increase of pressure on that 45-degree angle. Still pushing through and going forward, yeah. So just put a little bit of weight on it, make it that we'll actually slide for him, yeah? Don't get too long. Good shape, big man. Very good. What's his chasing look like? Is it short or big steps? Big steps. So what's that going to do? So if you're going with a chase and you're taking big steps, what's that doing to the opposition? Because what do we say? Where are we getting all our power from? From the ground. So we need to get our feet back on the ground as fast as we can. Yeah. Don't be stepping your feet off the floor too often. Okay. So it's short, sharp, feet back on the floor. So bang, extend, boom, boom, chase, get them back on left, right, back on the floor. Where's his chin? That's it. So don't drop too much. That's it. Good. Hand rest. That's fine. Very good, mate. Good. Hand rest, that'll do, fellas. Get the idea. Okay, all we're going to do now, we're just going to move it on, so we'll keep pushing on. Just all we'll do now, we'll put that into a bit more live type stuff. So if we'll give me, if in your threes, okay, one of you is going to work and two of you are going to just give resistance. If we usually three to come out. So you two are going to give resistance. So come this time. You're going to work. Okay. So all I don't want you to do, just bind together. Fairly loosely. You don't have to go and try and smash him. Okay. All you guys are going to do, you're going to get in that good position. You can put your outside hands on the floor. Okay. You'll also put your outside hands on the floor. You're going to bind in between, both hands up, and we're going to do exactly what we've done there. And I want you to just think about squeezing through and going forward. Okay, everything's got to go forward square. Happy? So just turn around so these guys can see. So that's it. So we'll just do it over the line. Tell you what we will do. We'll do it over the line as well. So you've got to keep the line in between your feet. Okay? You guys, just to start with, just give him a little bit of resistance, then we'll move it on and we'll try and knock him off it. So just engage in. When you're ready, yep. Good. Stay square. Keep that pressure on. Stay square. Good, and rest. Perfect. What do you think? What are you doing next week? Very good, mate. Okay, so we'll just have a go at that. So again, rotate around, go forward sort of 2-3 meters and then swap it over. Find a little bit of space. Fellas, just use the line. So again, use the lines and just get the line so it's down the centre of your feet and right down the middle of your body. So now it's giving us that guide. We've got to stay square over the line. As we move forward, fight to stay square over the line. Keep working through that checklist. So where our feet, shoulder width apart. Let him win a little bit, so give him a little bit. Don't make it too hard for him. And rest, big man. What's going on? What's happening? Yeah. Okay. So again, so a little bit higher, and because we're long, okay, that's why you're slipping as well. And I want you to just don't think about, I know this might sound stupid, but don't think about pushing your feet away from your body. Keep your feet pushed hard in the floor, and don't move them until we move forward. Okay, so push hard. Don't think start pushing here and doing that one and wheel spinning. Just dig them in the deck and keep fighting to keep them in the floor until these guys have gone back. Give him a little bit of success, so yeah. So make sure he actually goes forward. So there you go again. So you two outside hands on the floor. Good. Keep them pushed hard in the floor. Hard in the floor. Keep them pushed hard in the floor. Well, and rest. You're going to go one more go. Okay, I want you to imagine you're not Ferrari. Okay, we're a front five forward and we're just going to be like a bulldozer. And I want you, all you're focusing on is going forward, but you can go forward at 1 mile an hour. You don't have to go forward at 200 mile an hour, just 1 mile an hour. So we're just going to chug, and we're just going to keep that pressure, and just keep edging. Okay, keep your control. You were going forward, and again, we only have to go forward that far, remember, yeah? If we go forward that far, that's a good effort. Okay, so stay nice and strong, and don't rush it. So just fold in. Good, mate. Edge, just edge. Keep those knees down, and rest. Good. What did you feel as we just on that last bit? Did you feel when you extended, what happened to your hips? Did you feel where they went? Yeah, popping up. Okay, so all the time when we chase our feet, we've got to try and keep our hips down and keep it nice and strong. Happy? Fellas, just come in. We'll move on. We'll play a quick game because I think they've cleared off the pitch a little bit. Again, reasons why we'll use the line. What do you think? Focus to stay square. So again, everything we're talking about, everything's going. We want to go straight down the pitch. So again, it gives us a focus point to go to. Okay, so what we can do then is we can say to these two guys, right, your job now is to try and knock him off, to try and drag him off the line a little bit. So again, if I feel that you're starting to really attack hard and you're starting to ease off, I've got to have to squeeze harder on my left shoulder. How I can square up and transfer that power across and make sure that I stay square and keep going down the pitch nice and square. Are we happy with that? So again, everything's around that body awareness and how we're fighting to stay in there. Okay, what we'll do, we'll move it wherever. We'll go play a quick game just in the 22. We've got a ball, Lewis. So if we have the coloured shirts on one side and the guys in the black tops on the other. I keep turning my watch off. Okay, so we're going to play. We're just going to start. We're going to play touch, but every touch we're going to have a 1v2. Okay, so one from you guys, two from you guys in there as far as defenders. Happy? So there's no breakdown. So it's just a scrum. So every time there's a touch, we're going to start with a scrum. Okay, so we'll start with one over here. Over the ball, two guys in. You guys have got to be, you've got to be 5 metres back. So Louis, can you just ref that for us? So again, they've got to be 5 metres back. Okay, you've got to work on keeping in really good shape. If you start to lose your position and lose your shape, Lewis is going to allow the defenders to come up. Okay? So as if we've got to have a strong scrum that's going to keep the defence honest. Happy? Let's fold in. We'll just play to the 22, fellas. So yeah, so in your time, just squeeze forward so it's not a rush to get over the ball. Let him win though. I want him to win. Good, so the ball comes between your feet. Nice and square, stay square over the ball. Keep moving, keep edging, keep edging. Yeah, ball's gone. Touch! So let's play to put the ball on the floor. You're just going to play a two scrum. Back 5 onside. Keep that shape, leave the ball in. Whoa, don't be digging it out too fast. I want the scrum to happen. Yeah, let it go. Keep going, keep moving forward, big fella. Keep that shape, keep that feet, keep the feet. Keep going, mate. Good, now we can play. Touch, let's go. 2 in. Good shape, control the movement. We're not in a rush. Squeeze forward, keep your feet hard on the floor. Don't get too tucked up. So remember that point of your knee, don't get that point of your knee in front of your hip. Keep squeezing forward, keep squeezing forward. Good, mate. Good, keep edging forward. Whoa, he's gone. Okay, turn it over. Keep playing. So again, fellas, great game. And ladies, sorry. This great game to play, okay, and as far as, one, we're playing a bit of touch and we're playing a bit of skills, getting some skills in there as well. But also, okay, what we're saying is that we're encouraging good practice. So we say defence has to stay back 5 metres if it's a good scrum. If the scrum starts to wobble, it starts to lose shape, okay, we allow the defence to come up and so it's giving an advantage then to the defence. Okay, so all the time encouraging good practice. Okay, well obviously we'll move it on, we can play, we'll play a 2v2 and then we'll change the rules and we'll make it not every touch, we'll make it every third touch or something like that. But again, using the ball, as we've used, so again, same as what we use the line, using the ball, encouraging everybody to stay square and go straight down the pitch and stay in that best push position. Stay back, defence. If he's moving forward, stay on side. Keep your chest parallel, big man. Yep, let's go. And rest. Okay, first what we'll do now, we'll make it a 2v2. Okay, so we'll turn it over so it's your guys' ball. Have we got a second front row? Yep, second row. Second row on this team. Fellas, if we can, let's try and pair it like this. If we can, it don't matter if not. So we're going to do 2 guys, as we have been defending, outside hands on the floor. You're going to work now just behind him, okay? So what I need you to do is bind through his legs. Bind through your legs. Good connection. Okay, nice and slow. You're working exactly as he is, and we're working as a pair. Okay, the ball's going to start underneath your chest. It doesn't have to go through your legs. You can go down the side of your feet. Okay, but it's got to start and go between your feet. Happy? Same thing, so just fold in. Same rules. Okay, what we'll do, we'll play every third touch. Okay, every third touch, so if you get touched now, it's just a quick breakdown. So ball on the floor, and then we'll just play away from there. Yep, fold in. Good, let's go. Maintain that shape, don't rush. So work together. Up. So go first, so now you can come up. Okay, scrum's on the floor, you can come up, let's play now. Touch 1. Touch 2. Touch 3, let's go scrum. Don't have to be the same people, make sure we've got different people in there. Fellas, let's keep that defence back by keeping a good. Well, don't you dig that ball out, it's going to come back behind. Whoa, come back. Okay, it's going to leave behind his feet. Okay, I want him to scrum for that half a metre before we dig the ball out. Yep, chuck it back. And again, same thing. Fellas, let's have a think about what opportunities are down this side. Attack? What have we got down this side straight away? Have you told him? Touch 1! Touch 2! Touch 3, we'll turn it over, we'll give them 1 go. Touch 1! Touch 2! Touch 3! And rest! First what we'll do, we'll spin it round so there's a bit more width. So we'll play from the to the touch line. We'll play to the first post. Okay. Play to the second post so there's a bit more width. Try line to 22. Okay. So blacks over this side. So you're attacking out to the second post. We'll start with a scrum on the first post over there. Start with a scrum. Let's go. 2 in. Fellas, what are you going to start with a scrum on this post over this side here? What we're going to do now, you've got three touches, okay? What you're going to try and do in attack, you're going to have 3 touches, 3 scrums. You're going to get as far down the pitch as you can. You guys are going to stop them getting as far down the pitch as you can. Okay, you're going to get as maximum goal forward you can from your 3 scrum efforts. All right? Let's go. So fold in. Keep that shape. Let's play to the second post, remember? Touch 1! Touch 2! Touch 3! Scrum there! Scrum there! Let's go, quick, fold it up! 3! 2! 1! Let's fold in! Yep! Keep good shape on that scrum, keep edging forward square, keep edging forward square. Play. We'll turn it over. Okay, so fellas, we've made about 10 metres. All you guys are going to do, you've got to score over the line to win. Okay, you got three scrums. We're going to start, fellas, you can start wherever you want. Whoa, hang on, you start from a scrum. Start from a scrum, but you can start anywhere you want along this line here. Where do you want to start? Where do you want the scrum to start? Right, well, we need 2 guys into scrum. Why have we started here? Why do you think this is a good place to start to scrum? We've got 2 sides to attack. Perfect, that's all. I'm just wondering. Perfect. Make sure defence one side. You're 9, remember, big man? We're a man down on this side. Keep shape. Up. Okay, we get the idea. Guys, you get the idea. So again, we're talking about games. We can keep adding to, and again, just because we've got some front 5 guys. Again, we're encouraging them to understand why we'd have opt to have a scrum in the middle of the field. Okay, what that gives us as far as our attacking opportunities and stuff as well. So again, we can keep talking about our understanding as far as what attacking opportunities are open for us, why it's a good idea that we want to attack from a centre field scrum, what that gives us, okay, why staying square in that scrum gives us more opportunities to attack right, to attack left. So again, we can build in some tactical and awareness and understanding of what the scrum does and what it gives us to the front five guys, okay? Although they might think all they're doing is in there and they're just pushing as hard as they can, they've got an understanding then of why we're doing what we're doing, because it's got a big knock on to the rest of the game. Happy with that? Fellas, we'll move on to, we'll just do a little bit now just on the sleds just to finish, and we'll just talk about some of the things that we've just been talking about upstairs as far as our setup position and some of the binds and stuff we've been looking at. So just in pairs, so we'll work with the props to start with. So we start with tight heads on this sled, and if we've got loose heads on this sled here, and then we'll work the locks and the hookers after. How many props have we got? So tight heads over there, loose heads over here. Rest of us, we can just jump one guy or two guys on the sled so they don't slide away. Okay, so first, what we've been talking about just inside, we'll go through some binds and some setups. But what we've been talking about a scrum clock. Okay, so why do we set up the way that we set up? What do you think we're trying to achieve? Props? Yeah. So that's, as far as our setups are nice and stable to be able to do what we're looking to try and do on the point of engage, what we're looking to do. Max power. Anything else? Staying square. Anything about being able to transfer forward into that power position as fast as we can and as safely as we can. Okay? So again, we talked about upstairs using the thing what we call the scrum clock. Okay? So what we're looking at, so if you just get hold of the bar and just come down as if you're ready to engage, get hold of the bar. Okay, so what we're talking at here is at the point of contact, just lean into the sled. Okay, in best push, as we've just been talking about there, he's got his knee just behind the point of his hip. Okay, if we're looking at a scrum clock, or we're looking at a clock face, okay, and I'm looking this way, that's 1 o'clock. Okay, so the hand is there looking from the centre of the clock up to where his hip is, and that's what he's looking at 1 o'clock. Do we understand what we're talking about there? Okay, so where do you think, as only when he's got his bind, okay, and he's ready to go and engage, where do you think he want his femur in relation to his knee and his hip? Where do you think you want that? In line. So what time? 12 o'clock. Perfect. Okay, so just break up. So all I want you to do now, same thing. I want you to bind, and I want you to think about having your knee and your hip in one line. So it's like the clock hand is at 12 o'clock. So just bind on. So you're not engaged on it. So there's space between the machine and your shoulders. What do you think? Yeah? So that you can shuffle forward a little bit more. That's it. So again, now from there, to engage, travel forward, yeah. Minimal movements, chest has just gone forward square, okay, and again he's dropped into that best push position nice and quickly, nice and safely. Okay, so there's no rolling in, there's no dropping, there's no going up and down. Okay, nice and square in. So we're going to do, just start where we'll start square, so props will just go through. Okay, so everybody, we'll just start square on the bind, so your feet are square, and just engage in. So thinking about that 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock. That's it. That's it, you don't have to push, so all we're doing is just to engage. So again, just rotate through, so everybody can go through. Actually, it doesn't really matter if you're prop or lock, just bind onto the handle. So we're just thinking about that position, 12 o'clock, into engage. So again, chest parallel, 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock. So again, where are your legs here? At the point of engage. Where's your knee in comparison to your hip? Can you feel it? Just lean in. Where is it? Where do you think it is? So your knee there is right underneath your hip. So you need to be further back. So shuffle your feet further back. That's better. How's that feel? Better? Yeah. So again, if we're going to push as hard as we can, that's the best position for you to be in there. Happy? So now, yeah, to go back, go bind on. So again, thinking about hip when you're on that bind. Okay, your legs are going to be at 12 o'clock, so you can shuffle forward a little bit now. Well, not too far. 12 o'clock, so take your chest down to parallel. And then as you engage in, push in, that's it, we're going up to 1 o'clock. Happy? Good. Swap around. What do you think? Yeah. So again, you've got too extended, didn't you? Because you're too long with the point, can't you? So get closer. Shove yourself closer. That's it. So 12 o'clock there. Engage in. 1 o'clock. Okay, if it moves away and we bounce away, that's when we've just got to chase that little bit. So we just chase our feet up. That's it. We're back to 1 o'clock. Good man. What's happening over here? What do you think his setup was like when he went to it before he even engaged? Where was his chest? So his chest was going up there, wasn't it? Okay, so higher with his hips, lower with his shoulders. Go again. Go again. Okay, so just hold it when you're down there. So keep, well, don't engage. So just hold it on your arms. Take your chest down lower. Okay, there. So from 12 o'clock there, we're just going to push now forward square to 1 o'clock. Happy on that? Stand up. You a lock? Second row? Yeah. So again, thinking that's a great position for you. So if you can get your feet in the floor, get that in, and start squeezing and working from that position nice and quickly, delivering loads of power. Good. Okay, just rest. So just on this then, so we'll bring the props back in. What do you think? What's the thing the props have got to do before we can get into that position? Yes, we've got to go through our setup and our crouch thing. Okay, so loose heads. Yeah. Which way around are you setting? How are you setting up before you go and engage? Yeah. Okay, and rest there. So what did he do with his feet? On the bind? So he actually adjusted both of them, didn't he? So again, do you think we want to adjust both or just one? What do you think the preference is? Both? Why both? But if you adjust one just to square, so again, so just look at him now. So again, we're going to look at this. So again, we'll talk about keeping power and keeping as much things on the floor as much as we can. So again, we can go slightly split. That's it. You can now bind. Now you can adjust this left foot well up, and adjust it back after the bind. Well, not too far. Remember, just to that 12 o'clock. Happy? Then from there we engage in and we're into that strong pushing position. Okay? Are we happy with that? Tight heads. What do you think you're doing? So you went left foot forward. What do you think you guys are going to do? Why? What do you think? Why would we be sitting that way around? Perfect. Okay, so we're looking at the inside. So give me a hooker. Yep, come in near the middle for me. So again, everything's based and we're looking ourselves down to him and we want to be as strong as we can through there. So you go feet about shoulder width apart. Front heel, your right heel in line with your toe. Okay, shoulder width apart. Come on, you're a big man. That's it. Okay, so again, so he's in that position there. Where's our loose head? So again, to help give it stability, so I want you to think about, whoa, so just wait. So you're going to come in here, so I want you to come from low to high from behind. Okay, you're going to bind here first, so you're going to bind high. Nice and strong through this side here. You're going to then step through from underneath, lift your arm up in the air. Okay, keep your hip, this right hip is going to be nice and tight to him. Okay, this foot is not going to move. This foot, you can go slightly wider and slightly forward. Whoa, so that's the one that you're going to adjust. But our hips, okay, we're like foosball men. Have you played that? The table football? Okay, so we've got our rod that should go through all the way through this front row, and the shoulder all be in one line, plus our shoulders are all in one line. Happy? Tight head? So our loose head's looking at binding high. Yeah. Again, low to high, step through. Pull that shoulder through. Okay, hip in line again. We can have our right foot slightly forward. Everything's nice and square. Everything's going straight down the field. Happy? Break up. Why do you think we've gone with our loose head high and our tight head low?
Because one has to bind high and one has to bind low.
Yeah? Why? What advantage does that give us to be able to... So if you bind low, and then you come in and try and bind as well, and you bind on that now, where are you going to bind?
I've got to go over his arms.
So what's that doing to your shoulders here?
It makes it off balance, it makes me sort of like facing it more towards.
So again, it starts affecting this shoulder. You can't pull that shoulder through and get square. So the reason is, we go high, so then you're not affecting his space. You've got this is where it's all nice and tight through your inside bind there. Shoulder through square. You then bind flat across his back as well. So then you're getting as much of your arm in contact with the hooker as well. So everything's nice and square as you pull through, and we're in a good strong position there. Okay, can we see that's why I'm standing in the way, plank. Okay, so then we can see that there. So again, so it's everything's square. So loose head's pull his shoulder through, hips are there, everything's in a long line there, shoulders are square and everything's in a line there. Both now got solid binds on there. What do we think about our hooker where he's bound? Just under the armpits. where just drop him further back. Why do we not want him to go that deep? What did you see it starting to do to him here? He's starting to lift his shoulders out of the scrum, and it makes it now hard for him to actually manipulate and use his shoulders in the scrum. Come back up to where you were. Okay, so now you can start and manipulate and push your shoulders and try and working in there to make sure you're staying in that nice and strong and square shape. Yes. So again, the hooker wants to be able to adjust his foot back and get back. So again, we'll talk about trying to stay in your own lane. You're a big fella, okay, and I know you're trying to cheat and you're trying to nick a little bit of space. If we're going to pinch space, it's got to be on your outside. Does that make sense? Because again, if you start pinching space on your inside, he's going to have nowhere to put his feet. So yeah, so try and keep that foot a little bit. That's it. So then you're staying in your lane and making it easier for him then to stay square and stay in his lane as well. Does that make sense? Same for you. So again, so we're setting that foot there on that alongside him and not stepping behind him and pinching his space. Are we happy with that? Okay, give us some. Just break up and rest. We'll tag in the locks. So just give us 2 locks. We might as well do that rather than doing too much on the engaging stuff. Okay, so form up again. Give us 2 flankers as well. So just give us 2 locks that can just come in with flankers. So you guys, do we set on both knees, one knee? How do you set up? Both knees? Happy? Yeah. So again, so as we come down, we can set up on both knees. What's going to roll? So just wait. What are you going to do? So you're leading the scrum for us. You guys, you've got this sorted out here. What can you do now to help getting the second rows in? Call them in. So what are you going to call? Seconds. Easy. Roll up. Wait. Still wait. What are you guys going to do to make it easier for these guys? Yeah. So we can just roll that hip open, okay, and let them in. Just break up. What can you do? Just break up again. What can you guys do as you're coming in to let them know that you're there? Just to keep your hip in. So yeah, so if you're there, if he's called seconds, just to let them know, just give him a flick. Okay, flick his arse, and then he opens up, and then he's going to be in there. So then we're keeping everything nice and solid. So we're not then getting disrupted as you guys come in and knocking everything off balance. Okay, just for you guys we talked about upstairs, just break up. What's the first thing? Just break apart so then we can see. I can see these 2 guys. What's the first thing that you've got to try and bind with? What's the first thing you've gone to get? Shirt. Okay, with what part? Hand. Okay, so give us your hand. How strong is that? Not very strong. Where do you think is really strong on you here? Forearm and bicep. Okay, so shoulder contact first. So get that in a good position where you want it on his backside. Okay, then bicep, then forearm. Okay, and I want you to think about, excuse me ladies, I want you to think about cupping his nuts. Okay, so you're thinking there, you're squeezing and there's no space there. Okay, so you're cutting, you're really nice and tight up into that, up at the line of his groin there, and then the last thing is you bind with your fingers. Okay, onto his shirt, onto his shorts. Okay, all about that bicep and forearm grip. So again, up the line of his groin. Up there, tight up there with that forearm, that bicep, tighter. I can feel space in there. Okay, so I want it up. That's it. So there's no space in there. Okay, you can stay square. That's it. So again, we're looking at trying to minimise space in there and break up. Well, I think that's important. Yeah. So if I've got space in there, what's likely to happen to my shoulders? I'm starting to push, and there's that much. So I can, so there's disconnect. Okay, so everything's about how connected he stays with him, how connected you stay with him. Okay, so everything's about connections. Hence why we talk strongest binds. Everything's about strongest binds. Okay, big forearms, big bicep grips. Okay, just give us a flanker on the outside of that then. So again, what we'll look at there, so flankers, we can bind, again, you can go down on one knee or both knees, whichever you prefer. Okay, bind to the inside shoulder blade of your lock. Okay, and then we're looking at shoulders just on arses there as well. Give us an 8. I know you're not an 8, mate, but just jump in. Just give us some guys for these guys to bind on as well. Okay, so what you can do, you can go different ways again. So we can wait until they come up, or you can start. So what we've started trying to do is you can put your right hand on the floor. Okay, come right foot up. Okay, right hand on the floor. You can bind through there. You can bind then round his hip with that one. Okay, then as we call crouch, you're going to come up with a second rows. Okay, so front row, we'll give these. You'll just bind to these guys' hips. Okay, when I call crouch, we come down. When I call bind, second rows and flankers up off your feet, up off his feet as well. But you can stay in split. Number 8 stays split feet. Happy? Are we ready? Crouch, bind, and rest. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What do you think?
Well, if I get up there, we'll go forward.
So what we're going to try and do? Okay, so again, so on that bind, we had some weight come forward. Okay, so but again, you've just got to be able to manage that. So again, so think about not getting too long. So think about having your knees a little bit further forward underneath your hip. So then you're not too long and just laying forward into him as we come up off that crouch. Tell you what, we'll go on. We'll keep on these. This is how you do it normally. Yeah. And so when are you looking to come up onto your feet? On the bind. So you are looking to come up on the bind. There's a bit more weight on it. Tell you what, just give us this sled's a bit closer then. So then you can bind to this sled. You can bind to that sled. Jump 3 or 4 bodies on the actual sled so they don't slide away. Are you going to be able to reach that? No. So your heads just go down the middle of it, and you just bind on there. Just bind on the handles. Jump on so it don't slide away. Jump on. Lewis, can you just jump on for me, mate? So again, you can put both hands around the hips. To be fair, you can just give him a hand. So on that bind, when I call bind, you can just give him a little tweak and just give him a little lift off the floor. Ready? Crouch. Bind. Break. Wait. So just go a little bit further away from these sleds, fellas. So I want the front row to do actually. When you bind onto it, just bind a little bit longer so they're not getting cramped and you can lock your arms. Ready? Crouch. Bind. Break. And rest. Alright? What are we finding? So again, so you can give him a little bit more of a bit of a help. Okay. Plus for you, so again, we're just working on the timing all the time. So again, it's what we're trying to work in as a 4, all the timing, all 4. So again, as we call bind, wait for them to get the bind and the brace, and then we're going to pop up. Okay, so make sure that we've felt them, that they've gone like that and they've got that brace and they feel solid. Then we pop up as a back 5. Happy? We'll do one more. Crouch. Bind. Oh, break. You alright?
Push is just a bit too strong.
So again, we're just feeling like there's got a bit too much weight coming through. Fellas, it takes a long time. Yeah, we've got to keep practicing and tweak it. So again, you might decide actually you're better off on one knee and not coming off both knees. Okay, but this is where we don't have time. So again, but this is where you've got to work and work out what works best for you guys. So again, we've worked on no knees, split, and both knees. Okay, and again, we're sort of trying to work out what's best for us to work on as well. Are we happy? Yeah.
I'm noticing here that the lad in green here has a duck foot display when it's coming up.
Okay.
For me, I think that's what's causing him the problem, because he's not able to lift straight up.
Okay.
So if it was me coaching, I would be kind of encouraging him to have square feet. So is there any particular?
Jump over and give us. Listen, I've not spotted it. Come and tell us what you're seeing. And
so when he's here,
yeah.
he's in here, and he's like that.
Okay.
So he's down at this position.
Yeah.
And when he's trying to get up, he's trying to do 2 movements. One, he's trying to come up, and then he's trying to do that.
Okay.
There's 2 pieces.
Yeah.
I would be encouraging him to start here, and all he's got to do when it's confining him, he's just got to bring that up. That's just.
Happy? Yeah.
I don't know whether.
Yeah. No. You're right. Sorry, I hadn't seen that. I was looking over this side. So spot on. Okay. So again, so you can just. We don't need to put anybody else in. So again, what we can just do that on the sled then. So just come to this machine. Okay. So you're going to start on your knees. You're going to put your shoulders against the sled. Okay. So it's like you're pre in there. Okay. So bind. You're going to pop up. Happy? Go down. Happy again. Ready? Bind. What do we see in there from what we talked about? On the bind, where do we want his knees in relation to his hips? 12 o'clock, so what do we think? So he can shuffle them forward. So go down onto your knees again. So again, when we're setting up, think about having your knees underneath your hips. So then when we pop up, you're going to be in that position. So ready? Bind. And rest. Go down. Happy? Do you want to go?
Yeah.
Jump out. Happy? Yep. Say thank you very much. Sorted us out.
Do you find it difficult to dorsiflex? I had like a toe injury, so.
Are we ready? Bind. Good. And down. Okay, so fellas, what we talked about, so just jump up. So we can do all different things. So again, so just go shoulders on this time. So come down. Stay on your feet. So like both feet, so stay up. Okay, put your shoulders in contact. That's it. No, so keep that 1 foot forward though. So you 1 foot forward. Okay, so that's it. So there's not hardly any weight on the sled at this point. Okay, so it's like you're just binding. Okay, we can then call bind. Then you adjust that foot back. No, don't engage. So it's not you're just stepping it back and getting the weight onto the prop. So okay, so bind, adjust that foot back. Yep, bind. That's it. So then we're not locking forward. Again, we can then go on 1 foot. So again, I think you might find that easier if you've got trouble with your toe and with your foot. If we start higher, you might find that this bit easier anyway. Okay, we can then do the same. So we can start on one knee. Okay, bind. Oh, sorry, just stay down, start on one knee. So what we'll do on one knee, we'll probably come up on the crouch. So come down. So start with your shoulders on. So crouch, we pop up. We'll keep that underneath. So crouch, pop up off that knee. Bind, adjust your foot, and then we're ready to fire. Yeah. So again, you say that you feel that better already. So if that's what you like, you feel that works for you. Pair of locks wanting to do that. Let's work with what you guys are most comfortable with. Happy? Good spot. I say I hadn't spotted that. Anything else? Again, it's trying to get in that middle ground. So again, as much as we can. So if we can get the hips in one line, shoulders in one line, that's pretty much where we're wanting to try and get to. No. So again, I mean, in a previous life, worked at Newcastle when Carl Heyman there. So Carl Heyman's title was 6'5", so huge. But again, so we had to work our way around him and how we best got him in the best position. So again, it's just tweaking it slightly that he might be slightly back. But again, what Carl worked out that actually for him to get lower and stay, he had to go with more foot width. So he had to give a wider stance as a tight end. Again, so it's about just messing around and playing around with what works best and coming up with solutions to some of those problems that it is.
Still trying to get the spine straight so the shoulders are locking in under the backside of the cheeks.
Yeah.
So everything's all straight.
Yeah. So give us a prop. So just turn around, face it as if you're going to bind on there. So again, I'll lock. So again, as he comes in, everything he should be thinking about then is he's aligning himself. So the right side of which side are you going to, sorry, the loose side, didn't he? So the left side of your body should be right straight down the middle of his body there. So yeah, so your left shoulder, your left pec, okay, your left foot, everything's straight down the middle of his spine there. So then everything's in a straight line pushing. Yeah. All stays together. Hence again why we talked about the front row with those binds and staying as square as we can. Because what we don't want. Yeah. Sorry, go again. Yeah. 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 And yeah, so again, we're looking to put pressure and everything square right through the middle of the scrum. And again, to keep these guys and maximise their power and maximise our power going forward, we need these guys to stay square. Because what we don't want his hips tipping out there and then our tight head hips going out here. Because what that does is our locks then have got to choose who they're going to try and work with. So one guy will go over there, one guy will go over there. Okay, so we're trying to keep everything as fist-like as we can to keep everything, all the pressure going square and straight down through the middle of the scrum.
That's the same for the flank as well. The flanker's going to come in on this side.
Yeah.
And he's just going to lock in with his neck.
Yeah.
Against the arse, so he should be shoulder to shoulder with his lock.
Shoulder to shoulder again. And again, bind, good shoulder contact, and as you said, just turning your head in and fighting to keep nice and square and everything pushed in and on everything down straight down the line. Again, reasons why we do that as a flanker as well. Just dive it, just lean in. So as a flanker, one thing I'm trying to deliver maximum. So that's one thing. What's the other thing I'm looking to try and do? So I need to be able to get away as well. So again, if I'm on this side of the flank here, okay, and I'm thinking about pushing on that angle, I'm trying to hold my prop in, and the 8 breaks, okay, I've got to then try and square back up before I can actually get off and go and get him. Okay, so square I can stay 1, I'm actually putting pressure straight through the scrum. Okay, as he then breaks, I'm straight up and I'm straight into his channel and I'm chasing him down. Okay, so not we're talking about pushing the prop in. That's a bit old school as far as talking about keeping the hips in. His job is to keep his hips in. My job as flanker is to push as hard as I can, straight down the pitch. Anything else? I think we'll let these young men go well past tea time. Tea's a northern thing, fellas.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Cheers, fellas. Thank you very much.